Part 2. Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates offer the refugees no chance or resentment and give little aid money. Sweden decides to allow entrance to only those with a valid photo IDs. The generous Germans have given refugees to tens of thousands of refugees, but they also moved to slow the refugee flood, shivering servants wait in the rain. German officials to possess them a handful of time. The police say, "Wait, but my father and mother are very old, and my sister is 9." Refugees were not welcome. By 2015, the European Union promises to accept 160,000 refugees of permanent resentment from Greece and Italy. Austria, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, United Kingdom ignore the scheme. In the end, the EU accept only about 8,000. Europe sees sympathy for Syrian refugees fall. On November 13th, 2015, jihadist murder 130 people in Paris, France. It is latest advance by jihadists who have stuck around the world, including September 11th, 2000 attack on the United States. The Paris killers were mostly Belgian and French. Some had fought in Syria, used the refugees trails to sneak back home. The Paris attack at ruthless few Muslims sharpens suspicion and fear for all followers of Islam. Some people across Europe and America come to believe Syrians and Islam are a threat to their culture and values. That is Donald Trump. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. For us, Europe is at stake today. Europeans have a way of life. Europeans value the survival or the myth of European nation, or rather their transformation beyond recognition. The future U.S. President Donald Trump. I think Islam hates us. We have to be very vigilant. We have to be very careful. Majority of state governors in America also see danger in the Syrian refugees and oppose their resentment despite 2 years required screening by the UN, FBI, and Defense Department. Among others, before being accepted into the United States. Security comes first. 10,000 refugees, mostly children, are relocated in America. A fraction of 318,000 Vietnamese and 120 Cuban refugees America once welcomed. Sorry guys. 2015, Syrian civilians who stayed behind or trapped. Assad drops barrel bombs and destroy buildings and people. White anti-Assad jihadists take time out of fighting to murder any who disagree with them. People who had hoped to wait on conflict decide it's time to escape. Like those before them, they ride their knees over this rough sea, trudge for miles, crawl beneath razor wire, sleep in fields and sidewalk, train station floors, and basketball courts. I can't go back. I won't go back. I won't let them take me back. In 2016, the European Union, Turkey decided refugees sneaking into Greece by boat from Turkey will be returned to Turkey. The Europeans promised to settle official registered Syrians from Turkish camps, a tiny fraction of all refugees in Turkey. Borders all Europe tightened to close to refugees. Paths refugees once traveled are now shut. $40,000 are stranded in Greece. It is a warehouse of souls. What do we do now? Refugees are stranded in Greece in all kinds of camps. Some offer only small tents. The dream was never to come to Greece or like in a tent. From the first day to the camp, it was the dream of us all to leave. Even life in the better camps is difficult. Hands become raw without washing dishes in buckets of cold water. Without work, there's little to do. Food provided by the Greece army is mountainous and at times rejected by the refugees. Hundreds of meals can end up in the garbage. How can we live here in tents in the middle of the forest when it is so cold and muddy? I don't feel safe or at peace. Oh, I am always kind of angry. It took me too much to get used to the idea that this was our life now, that we are truly refugees. Refugee camps are small towns and require around the clock monitoring, but some of the large charitable organizations running them work only regular 9 to 5 business hours and take weekends off. Yet the refugees keep coming. A dozen of small dinges and rafts carry another 875 refugees. Land at dawn, a small island, a fraction of 10,000 that will arrive in Greece. I just want a normal life like everyone else. By 2016, Russia, a longtime ally of Assad, helps bomb the president's enemies. Rebel strongholds in Aleppo, Syria's largest city, are ravaged. Many innocent civilians are killed. 37,000 people flee. Many raced to Turkey, but the border was closed. Attempts to sneak across the risk death at hands of Turkish patrols. Who cares about us? Meanwhile, 47,000 refugees are stranded in Greece, stalled by newly closed doors in the Greece camps. Boredom reigns with nothing to do. Men pace the ground, wearing out their shoes. The Greek government is nearly broken, and trash collection of spotty piles of garbage are devoured by rats. That in return are devoured by the snakes. The snakes are here because the rats are here because the garbage is here. In Lebanon, wait, take a break real quick. In Lebanon, 1.5 million refugees are scraped out of brittle existence with little government help. Jordan closes the Syrian-Jordan border, sending out 60,000 desperate refugees who trapped in the desert with few supplies and no medicine. Still, refugees are hopeless, have to hold on the dream of controlling their own destiny, of building your life. Syrians are productive and hard workers and will be creative anywhere. 18-year-old girl finds a smuggler to lead her and her younger brother and sister out of Syria to Turkey. The boy smuggler's boat bounded for Greece, but the boat breaks down and sinks, passing fishermen, plucking them from the water to return them to Turkey. Two more pages left. Soaked in imprisonment by Turkish authorities for 10 days before being released. Again, they sail for Greece, this time successfully. A train that takes them across Europe to Denmark, and they reunite with their mother, who had fled a year earlier in fear for her life. The Allah Pauls arrive in Hamburg, Germany. Another stop in their way to Netherlands and Luxembourg. A policeman appears, spots them. They fear their journey is over and their hearts sink. But instead of arresting them, the policeman offers them kind of sheaves of apple and banana. So we thought, okay, we'll stay safe. Stay here. In Dar, Syria, bombs fall where olives, grass, and mint grew. But the girl who once played among the vines make it safely away, first to Jordan, then to Canada. Then the 10-year-old Syrian learns English, takes up skating, enjoys Halloween. She reads English better than Arabic. The future is now. Almost done. Family tree 3 times to leave Syria for Jordan, and 3 times turn back. Finally, they crossed into Jordan and lived there 2 years before resulting into Sacramento, California. The future is not for us. The future is for our children. There is no price you will not pay. There is no wall you will not climb. No sea will not sail. No border will not cross. If it is war or barbarism, you are fleeing. You are fleeing. Jean-Claude Juncker, President, European Commission. And that's it.